Hi everyone, I'm Dave Mulvaney here with Dan Schultz. Dan, how you doing this week?
Doing great. Glad we finally, got in to do this video because the last few days, usually we put the video up like Thursday or Friday, so finally it's Thursday now. Glad we finally got in to do this video after all that snow.
The weather's been a little tough, but right back at it. It's Thursday today. I'll have it up by the end of today.
Okay.
And we'll be ready to go on Sunday.
I was just looking out for the 4 fans that watched the video,
Oh, I think it's been considered 3.5.
Okay.
Just because they only watch half of it, or just their games.
No, they just watch their games and then, I know how it goes. That's what I do too.
But Dan, let's recap this weekend's past games in the A division. Let's start off with the Crew versus Grim Squad.
Did you call this to be Mercy Rule?
Yes.
Okay. I think I maybe gave Grim Squad a little more respect, but I still said they were going to get blown up by 20 or something like that. Yeah, they lost 88-58, so not a pretty game for them.
No, and it's just not a good matchup for Grim Squad. Crew is a very good defensive team, and they can score with anybody. So usually Grim Squad can keep it a low-scoring game, but you're just not going to be able to do that with the Crew.
Yeah. When the Crew's taking 43 three-pointers, that tells you everything you need to know about their confidence level against a team like this. They made 16 of them, which is pretty good. It's probably around 40% if I had to guess. Vern Sharp with 27 points in the feet. Nuffus Richardson with 25 points. Teron Moon 16 points, 9 rebounds. So, great game for them.
Now, I have some concerns about Danny Rodriguez. 1 for 9.
Yeah.
Only 2 points.
I think I said before, he's on his last legs of his career. This is the twilight stages of his career, and it's showing. Yeah, 1 for 9 is not the Danny I grew up watching as a kid.
But 3 assists.
Yeah.
How about that? Maybe it's a new Danny.
That is a career high, I think.
Career high? That's like a season combined all of his assists high. I don't think he's gotten 3 in a season before. So I'm impressed with that.
Yeah, that's a good aspect. You start to learn things when you become a veteran player in the league. You start to pick up on new things. And passing the ball is definitely one of those things.
Now, on a side note, Grim Squad was missing Alex Winward. Looks like Zach Welcher wasn't here. 2 of their better scorers.
Yeah, we know Welcher's on the team. We don't know if Winward's on the team or not.
He was on the roster that was handed to me.
Okay.
So.
Well, yeah, so Welcher's their best shooter by far. This was just a tough matchup for them. I mean, they're a good team. They hustle a lot, but with teams like this that play really high octane offense, as good a defensive team as Grim Squad is, it's tough to contain teams like that.
Next up, Dan, we have Dynasty versus Here We Go Again. Dan, Here We Go Again without one of their best players in Brendan O'Brien, who I think he's trying to come back this week. But without him, they look like still a dominating offense.
Now you're the commissioner of this league. You have the power to make a team change its name.
I would never.
Dynasty.
As long as
not a dynasty.
Well, Omar actually walked up to me after the game. He goes, "Dave, you might be right. We might have to change our name." So he's getting the message, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll take it easy then. Here we go again. Adding Jake Royal to the team, huge pickup, and this is a team where Jake's going to be the number 1 option. He probably fought to be number 1, number 2 with Danny and all the Cheaters Club. This team, he is automatically the number 1 option for them, which is rare for a week 2 free agent signing.
Yeah.
But, Jaquarius Morris, Joe Hoban with 22 points, and Joseph Tony with 12 points and 10 rebounds. This is a really good team. I had them at number 5 in my power rankings, and this was a team that I had at 16, 17 for most of last year. So they've improved a whole lot to be a top 5 team in the league, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a great inside-outside game now with X in the middle. And then now you have options like Jake Royal, and then when Brendan O'Brien comes back. So this team, they're going to do some damage this season.
Yeah, and for Dynasty, you just got to have at least one person in double figures to even have a shot. The highest, Omar had 9 points and 3 assists, but to have no one in double figures, in the A division, that's not going to cut it. You should expect to be mercy ruled if you don't have at least one person in double figures.
Yeah. The offensive performance for Dynasty is very disappointing. But Brendan O'Brien did mention, he said, Dave, he said, now that the Eagles are done, he said, everyone will make it to the games.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
So,
That's nice.
priorities, I guess.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Tigers versus Flight Skin. Oh,
This one.
Dan, I don't know where to start with this one.
This went about as expected. I might have not called mercy. I don't like to call mercy rule a whole lot. I don't think I called it again here, but man, I really should have seen this coming. Because Tigers just obliterated them.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know where to go with this game. I mean, high score for Flight Skin had 9 points. They had 2 people with 9, a person, and then the next high score after that was 6, and nothing
What
else.
do we just say? If you don't score in double digits, if you don't have one person in double digits, you're just not going to win. You're not even going to be competitive. You can't have one player that's going to get in double figures. Not in the A division, at least. Maybe the B division you can get away with that.
Marcus Williams, 20 points and 11 assists for the Tigers.
Yep.
And, they had most of the rest of their team was in double figures, too.
I see a motivated Stacey Grady play well. That's nice. 4-7 3-point shooting. That's the Stacey. If he can put up 15 to 20 points a game like he should, Tigers are near unbeatable.
Dan, because of how just disrespectful you were to Stacey last week,
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
he won't even look at the videos now because it affects him for the game.
I'll stop. Hey, again, I'm pretty sure that's a lie. I'm pretty sure he watches, he studies what I have to say, and then he takes that and uses it as fuel motivation. And it really helps. You can see the results. He didn't have a good week 1. I say something, I get a little crap for it. Week 2, he has a great game, and you know what? I'm proud of him. He's grown up right in front of our eyes. Quanta Chase with 13 points and 11 rebounds as well. Can't forget that.
Dan, are Tigers the most dangerous team in this league?
I still have Drunk Monkeys being a little better than them, but I have Tigers. Then I have the Crew. I think the Crew is really good too. But the Tigers, if Stacey Grady is the X factor for them. If he puts up 15 to 20 points, if he only puts up 5 points, I have the Crew and Drunk Monkeys better than them. But if Stacey Grady is a consistent scorer like he can be, I think they're a really good team. I think they're probably, again, I have them at number 3, but they have the potential to beat both the Drunk Monkeys and the Crew if Stacey plays very well. It's as simple as that.
And we have Quanta Chase with a double-double.
Yeah.
13-11.
Yep.
Maybe he'll be like, the Kevin Love commercial. Quanta come around serving us double-doubles before the show.
Yeah. No, that sounds good actually, because it's still technically morning, so I didn't have breakfast, so that'd be nice.
Can't have too many.
Next up, we have Hot Shots A versus WSI.
But can I say something real fast? I'm sorry, I completely forgot to put Hot Shots A at number 1 in the power rankings. I don't know what I was thinking.
You know what, Dan? You're allowed to have a slip every here and there. It's
I'm
okay.
sorry. I just don't know what got into me putting,
After, how many times do you think you've put up power rankings in the Hack League?
Oh, gosh.
Maybe 20 times, 25?
Well, no, I did power rankings back like a couple seasons ago too. I probably 25 to 30 times. And the later stages of the season, of course, they forget now. I had Hot Shots at number 1. Doc's Hot Shots at number 1.
I'm just saying, out of 25 times, you've got it perfect every time, except apparently this one.
I know. I thought I could keep that perfection streak alive, but yeah, I'm sorry. So, anyways, yes, the number 6 ranked Hot Shots beat WSI 98 to 81. Jeff Jones 34 points, Akeem Tucker 20 points, Luis Santiago 16 points, and Edwin Santiago 22 points. Everyone played well in this game. I mean, you name it. I mean, everyone shot extremely well. 13 to 24 from 3 for Hot Shots. Well, on the flip side, WSI still played pretty well offensively. Mike Boyd 25 points, Brian Lesher 17, Anthony Martin 22, and Ford Ison 12. But
I'm guessing there wasn't a whole lot of defense in this game.
I'm guessing there's not because both teams shot very well. Both teams, the Hot Shots shot over 50%. WSI shot nearly 50% for both the field and 3-point range. So yeah, it looks like not a lot of defense played.
It looks like Hot Shots A dominated on the glass, 30 to 20 in rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Jeff Jones was our player of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Dan, is Jeff Jones the A Division MVP after week 2?
After week 2, yeah, probably. but I mean, from a pure statistical standpoint, yes.
He's leading the league in efficiency right now too.
Mhm. I knew that.
I knew you
I
did.
did.
Oh, I knew you did.
I knew that. Of course I knew that.
Next up, we have Dan's favorite team, Drunk Monkeys, versus Dan's other favorite team, the Blue Devils, the Randy-less Blue Devils.
Yeah, I was making sure that you got that right. The Randy-less Blue Devils, but yeah, the Blue Devils, they played Drunk Monkeys pretty well until the last like 10 minutes, where Drunk Monkeys just took over. I mean, the Blue Devils, as we know, play very, very good defense. Drunk Monkeys were hitting some very, very difficult shots, but really when the Blue Devils needed to get stops at the end of the game, they couldn't, and Drunk Monkeys kind of just, they kind of coasted their way to victory in the last 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, I mean, Blue Devils is a tough team. Drunk Monkeys right now is the best team in our league.
Yep.
#1 in Dan's power rankings and in his heart.
You can't knock the defense. They're 2-0. I can't knock the defending
No,
champs.
you can't. You can't knock them
Can't do
off.
it.
Absolutely not. So, I mean, Blue Devils were there at the end last season. I think they lost in the semis.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll see. It was a good early test in the season for both teams to see where they're at.
Yep. Yep.
Next up, we have the best squad versus ACC. Dan, I think we both agreed that the best squad was going to win this game last week when we talked about it.
Yeah.
But ACC, they're a lot better than I thought they were.
Mm-hmm.
Because they beat Grim Squad by 5 points. But I think they made some additions to their team, and they looked really strong this game. That the game was tied for a good part of the game. ACC held a lead for a while early on. Eventually, the best squad took over the lead and ended up winning by 8 points. But it was a lot closer than that.
Well, yeah, no. ACC is one of those teams that just kind of hangs around in games. They have that tendency to do that. Ultimately, the best squad was a little bit better this game, but yeah, that's very interesting. I think maybe I said the best squad would win by like 10 or 15. They only won by 8. Lamar Shorts, our MVP from last year, kind of off to a little bit of a slow start. Maybe it's just team chemistry, getting used to his new teammates and everything like that. But yeah, good win for the best squad. But yeah,
Let's go faculty.
Sorry, we just had a fan barging out of nowhere.
It happens. Get security.
I know. It's happened. I mean, the video, people are starting to find out when the video is being filmed, and they come in and they try to say something.
They randomly
like
just
it's
stop by.
Like it's Sports Nation, they need to add their 2 cents.
We have to tell our whole audience to keep it quiet when we're talking.
I know.
Because all of them can get a little rowdy.
Yeah. We don't want this becoming Sports Nation where everyone's screaming in the background
We can't.
and you're the host. Yeah, anyways, but yeah, ACC, you're right. I mean, they're a team to watch for, definitely.
This game was probably one of the fastest paced games I've seen in the Hack League ever.
63 to 55.
It was a lot of up and down.
Okay.
I'm not saying they scored every time they were up and down the court, but it was nonstop.
It was a track race.
Yes, absolutely. Next up, we have Rock Nation versus Aflac. 1 point game, Dan.
I know. As I noted in my power rankings, they still won, and Julius Gray had an off day. He was 7 to 20, 6 to 17 for 3-point range.
Well, Julius Gray has become a volume shooter.
Oh yeah. He's the Joe Johnson of the Hack League, definitely. But he still needs more help. I mean, Aflac had this game for a little while. I thought Aflac was going to win, but then Rock Nation, they got some stops. As I said, when it's a close game and you need defensive stops, Rock Nation is probably one of the best teams at getting that.
Now,
Yeah.
this game, I have to question Aflac right now a little bit. It was kind of like a what were you thinking moment. At the end of the game, they're down 3 points. There's like 5 to 7 seconds left, and instead of trying to take a 3 and tie it, they took the layup with the game ending right there.
Yeah, that didn't make sense.
Didn't make much sense to me. But maybe they heard that at the end of the season, if you're tied, it goes by point differential. So they were like, we're probably not going to make the 3 and tie it, so let's just try to keep our point differential down to a minimum.
Hey, I guess that's smart.
That's the only thing I could think.
If you got a tie to at least have a chance to go into overtime, or at least take a 3 to give yourself a chance. But
Gotta remember, they didn't have RT.
They didn't have RT.
What did you say about our audience again?
That guy can play.
This is turning into Sports Nation already. I can't stand it.
Well, no, he's like reality. He just tells
Yeah,
us when we
okay.
mess up.
He's our consciousness?
Yes.
Okay.
But you do have to question RT going to a flag football tournament,
Yeah.
something like that, over playing in a regular season game in the A division.
This is the hack basketball league. Nothing is more important on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Not even football, not even NFL playoff games are more important.
Do you think Affleck's going to fine a hefty fine?
I think you got to consider. Hey, you're the commissioner. It's not up to me.
No, I want to know if
is that-
Affleck's going to.
I think you got to consider it. Yeah,
So
I
you
think
cut
that's
him.
fair.
You think they should just cut him?
Yeah,
Cut ties
definitely.
after that?
Priorities, man. You got to get your priorities straight. Simple as that. Yeah.
I'll have to talk to the captain and see if there's been any disciplinary action.
Yeah. No, that's
Understandable.
that's completely fair.
Next up, we have Urban Promise Wilmington versus Bergen.
Can I hire Urban Promise Wilmington's crowd for my games?
They're great.
Can I? Are they like mercenaries?
I wonder if they are.
Are they like mercenaries? Can I take them for my game and they can just cheer for us? Because that's awesome. I love their crowd. They're great.
It is great. It's exciting. I mean, even when Urban Promise Wilmington is losing, it feels like they're winning.
Yeah, it does. Seriously, every basket. It's great. But yeah, I mean, Bergang was with 4 players for the first half. I understand Bergang is a good team. 5-on-4, you got to capitalize. Now, sometimes when you're playing 5-on-4, those 4 feel like, oh, okay, everyone's expecting us to lose, so as a result, they play better for kind of inexplicable reasons. But if you're Urban Promise Wilmington, you got to put this game away in the first half. Am I right?
Yeah. Well, Bergang's all right. Bergang started the game with 4 players.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who their 5th player was that eventually showed up at halftime?
The 8th man.
The 8th man. You probably realize I can't be starting if I want to get 8th man. So to avoid that, he just doesn't show up until halftime. Now he's reminding me of the old Mark London from like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
When he would just show up whenever he felt like it for the game, come in at halftime or 10 minutes in, drop 30 points, his team would lose the game, and then he'd leave.
It's just disgraceful behavior. You were talking about fines for Affleck? You might have to. Because he showed up at halftime like it was the beginning of the game. I just didn't, the attitude and the gall, it was just really angry, if you ask me.
Now, the one thing is Bird Gang's getting their swagger back.
Yeah.
All right? They are now showing up to games with their sponsor, Ace Transportation.
Well, that is very important. Yeah, I mean, I didn't even notice that.
Limousine service.
Oh, okay. Cool.
It's big time now.
So do they show up in a limousine to the games now?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. I get. You know what? They probably didn't drive Mark. That's why he was late. They probably didn't let him in.
He's still got to earn.
I think-
He's still got to earn his spot.
I'm pretty sure John Bird was probably sending him a message that no, Mark, this is my team. You'll walk to the game today. So sometimes Mark just needs to learn his lesson.
Yeah. No, I agree.
But yeah, good games by John Bird, 23 points. Where is Mark London at on here? 3 points. I saw his 1 3-pointer.
He nearly had as many turnovers as points. He was 1 turnover away from matching his points.
And all Mark's been worried about all week, and I didn't know why until I looked at the stats, was how many assists he got. Well, that's because he didn't have any points, so he's got to worry about something else.
Have we met our quota? Have we taken?
No, I don't think so, but
Okay.
we'll take a break from.
Okay.
Aaron Orr, good game for Urban Promise Wilmington with 10 points. But Urban Promise
33
Wilmington,
points.
so he had a third of their points.
33 points total.
Yeah,
like
that's
come
tough.
on.
Especially playing against 4
A
players.
division, you got 60, 70 points. You got to double that somehow. So.
I agree. Next up, we have Brothers versus Toon Squad.
What happened to Ryan's Toon Squad? Is it just Toon Squad now?
He asked me to just leave it as Toon Squad. The only reason I had it as Ryan's Toon Squad is because of the website wouldn't let it be 2 names. And when he signed up, he put an A division, so there was still a B division Toon Squad. So
Okay.
it got a little confusing, but
Gotcha.
it's taken care of now.
Now, Derrick Henry, if he plays like this every game, holy cow.
11 for 15.
You know who I call him, like during the game? Like sometimes I'll be given like Evan stats. I call Derrick Henry DeAndre Jordan, because not only does he look like him a little bit, he plays exactly like him. He's a big body, he rebounds extremely well, blocks shots. I think he probably had another block or two. But 24 points, 9 rebounds, 1 block, 1 assist. Great. That's the best I've ever seen him play.
This is a huge win for Toon Squad.
Oh yeah. Oh gosh. They stole this game, literally. I mean, there was an inbound with like 30 seconds left, and the brothers had like one of those like classic like moments you'll see like that ruined a player's career like in college basketball, where you go to like the player went to inbound. I don't know who it was. I forget.
Luckily.
Oh yeah. Luckily, I won't expose him. Went to inbound it, and then he like changed his mind at the last second, tried to pull the ball back, and as a result, just let the ball go right to Lorenzo Wilson, who just picked it up and put it in, and gave Toon Squad the lead.
Do you think that player was immediately cut from the team?
That's gotta happen. Man, we're cutting a lot of players off teams this week, but yeah, I think that's gotta happen, because that's just, you can't have that. Not in the second game of the regular season, the most important week of the regular season. I mean, come on. You gotta come away with that victory, especially over Toon Squad. No offense, I'm just saying. I'm just trying to get you guys fired up, don't worry.
Looks like AJ Hicks had a double-double, 14 points, 12 rebounds.
Calvin Knox, 22 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists.
Yeah.
Very good game for him.
Some games. So, but yeah, just
It's there. They just got to learn how to finish games. So they'll be all right. Brothers are looking a little better.
still, I mean, like you said, I said if Toon Squad gets 3 wins on the season, it's a productive season for them.
And I said this was one of them. So
Yeah, great call by you.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to wrap up our recaps this week in the A Division, Dan. Dan, just list me your top 3 teams right now.
Drunk Monkey number 1. The Crew number 2. I'm blanking on my third. Who's my third? Cleveland's blanking on my third. Hold on. I'll get it in a second. Tigers number 3.
Tigers number 3.
I think I have them in number 3.
So did you leave the best squad out?
I had the best squad at number 4. I have
Our
the Tigers at number 3.
Our rankings are about the same. I have the Crew at number 3, Tigers number 2, and you gotta still leave Drunk
That's a fair
Monkey number
case.
1.
That's a fair case.
So, but yeah, the best squad is right there too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thanks a lot for checking us out. Dan, anything for you?
Nope.
All right, we will see everyone on Sunday.